Do we do that now, or do we just do it?
I'll tell you what, we can do it. Well, they've got other people aside from.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah. That's kind of what I mentioned. Yeah. So you.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. So you're gonna read their names?
No. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my fellows. He would turn and introduce all the organized guests.
Got it.
And then bring it back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he can kind of talk about it.
Yeah. Or Ryan Roberts probably.
Yeah. You got it. I got it. That's something, so they can say even about a flow, be it that there's some like cubic meters or whatever. Welcome to another gathering of the Irving Las Colinas Rotary Club. Today, September 14th. We are blessed to have the Irving ISD team here with us today, and we're going to hear a little bit more about them. But at this time, I would like for Dr. Bill to get us started with the meeting. If you can rise for the prayer, please.
And I need to announce the club, in case you hadn't heard yet, long time woman of Rotary, Mary Overton, passed away Tuesday morning, 97 years young. Her funeral service will be a week from today at 10 o'clock at Plymouth Park, United Methodist Church station, Wednesday night, 5 to 7 in Browns. And I'm preaching because I knew her very well for a long time. And I told the Henry Homes prayer this morning, if I tell all my Mary Overton stories, we'll be back to lunch. Okay, she was a force of nature in this community. So, but she went peacefully and she went quickly. And that's a blessing. She's ready to go. So that's a blessing all around. Would you join me in spirit of prayer? Oh God, we give you thanks for the blessings of this day. We give you thanks for the hint of rain. We've had a little bit, and the cool weather has been delightful. We could stand a little more rain if that's possible. We give you thanks for our club, its work in our community, for our guests here today to talk about athletics, public schools, and we ask your spirit to be upon us, to be upon all of our endeavors, to be upon this food, to bless us, to protect the nourishment of our bodies, and to keep us this day in your peace. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. Lord, I'm going to have Carrie and Chris lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we are going to have past President Shane Webb lead us in the song today. See what he has.
Awesome. All right. Well, y'all feel free to go ahead and have seats. We can sing from a seated position. But here in Texas, we have some good baseball teams. I know we're talking about football today, but I love to have us sing "Take Me Out to the Ball." So here we go. Take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd, buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thanks, friends.
You know how you do. All right, and now we have another club member, Dr. Zapara, join us here at the front and help us introduce. We do have a lot of guests today, so we're gonna take a different approach here, so see what we can come up with.
Improvisation, right? Anyway, so first of all, we have back there, we have Russ Van Buren and some John Van Buren Rotary. Then over here, we have Belinda Holder and Jennifer Garcia, who are via Cecilia Martinez. And then, I'm not sure, I'm making this out correctly, but Anthony Small. Okay, so you're with her, I'll leave that alone. Sorry about that. I wasn't really through on that. But anyway, then, it's my pleasure to go ahead and introduce, Dr. Juan Martinez from ISD, who will take the opportunity to introduce other people from ISD.
Thank you, Dr. Para. Good afternoon, ladies. It is a pleasure. Thank you, sir. It is a pleasure to stand here on behalf of our superintendent, Ms. Magda Hernandez. She's dealing with people from Austin today, so she knew that that we're going to have some representation from the district. We're speaking to you fine people today, and so she sent myself and our chief of administrative services, Dr. Andrew Smith. To oversee. Part of the job is also to oversee our athletic department for the Irving Independent School District, headed by Mr. Brian Rogers. So that we can see you, there's Mark Small, our head football coach and athletic coordinator for the Nimitz Vikings. The South Side. Right. We have Meg Nichols. He's our head football coach and athletic coordinator for our MacArthur Cardinals. And we have our newest head coach, and he is a product of Irving Schools. Right here. For your Irving Tigers. Thank you, Dr. Martinez. I'm going to turn this back over to Lázaro.
Thank you, Dr. Hart. And we are excited to have the coaches here. I myself, I'm a class of 04 Irving High School, so no pressure there. So we're excited to see what the school district's going to do this year. I know that we have some rivalry going because I do have to go to some games. My nephew, he plays for Nimitz football. So and my sister is a big contributor to that team over there as well. So hopefully Irving takes it home, Irving High. There you go. Well, pressure on him. Anyway, so we're pretty excited to have you guys here. I know every year we get to hear about the progress and the good things happening in the community. I know it's not all about sports. There's a lot of things that go on as far as leadership skills and different traits that the students get to learn through the sports programs that we have in the district. I myself, again, being a student in 2002, 2004, running track, there's a lot of stuff that we learned through the coaches there, so thank you for being here. On our program today, we do have our coach is going to give us a little insight on what's going on and to lead the team. We have the Irving ISD Executive Director of Athletics, Brian Rogers, who is entering his 28th year in education and 13th year in Irving ISD. Coach Rogers is currently in his second year serving Irving ISD as Executive Director of Athletics. Before his role, he served as campus coordinator and head football coach of Nimitz for 9 years. He also spent time coaching at McCarthy High School for 2 years. So with that, I want to welcome you here. Now we're excited to hear about.
Remember, it seems like yesterday I was standing here talking to you in my new role a year ago. So it's always exciting to get out and brag on our young men and women in our ISD. But before we get started, a special thanks. Thank you, Dr. Martinez and Dr. Smith, for coming out today and supporting us. And I promise you, I've been in a few school districts throughout my career, but we truly, Irving ISD is truly the best school district in the state of Texas. Not only for athletics, but just across the board, what they do, our upper administration on a day-to-day basis for our kids is truly remarkable, and I'm very humbled to be serving in this capacity. Again, thank you for allowing us to come out here and share a few things with you. I know a good idea is to be seen, not heard, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm here to learn, hear about the teams issues, but we do have some other programs already going this fall. Right now, we're in district competition in volleyball. We're about to have our district cross-country track meets. We're wrapping up our district team tennis, and obviously football district started last week. So today's a little bit about football, but man, we highly encourage you. There's always competitions going on at our campuses anytime you want to go out and see some young men and some young women competing. It's really, it'll be very impactful for you as well as they enjoy when they look up the stands and see the city crowd. So a little bit about our mission. You know, we're not a win it all school district. We're very competitive. We want to win, but we win in different ways, a lot of ways in sports. We want to have a positive and long-lasting impact on young men and young women that we coach. And as these three gentlemen get up today to talk about their programs, you'll see we have great leaders on our campus that are leading in the right way, mentoring the way we should be. We're role models. We take that role serious. How we communicate with our student athletes is very important. It's hard to be a kid these days. There's a lot of issues that our students face on a day-to-day basis, and it's great to have men and women in that school building poured into those young people's lives on a daily basis. So on behalf of me, I appreciate you guys watching you on a day-to-day basis, on your staff and with your coaching staff for our kids. So thank you three for leading those campuses. The big issue that everybody usually wants to talk about is the heat this summer. You know, that's been a big key. Every summer it's hot in Texas, but it was remarkably hot this summer. I will say safety of our student athletes is our number one program. Our district has been on the forefront of heat guidelines for multiple years. The UIL recently came out with some recommended heat guidelines. Our school district has been under those guidelines for 8 years now. So it's new to a lot of people, but it's not new to our school district. The UIL, that's who governs us. All they ask us to do is have a 10-day acclimation period. That's all they ask us to do. We have to do that by rule. We go well far beyond the 10 days acclimation. We have cooling tanks at every campus. In case we have a kid that gets overheated, we have cooling tanks at our main stadium still. They're loaded with ice daily. Being proactive, we have unlimited water breaks. We build those into each and every workout. Anytime a kid needs water, they go and get it. We have shading areas. But the most important thing we do is the big talk right now is the wet bowl. The wet bowl, you know, a lot of people just base it on heat and how hot it is that day for heat index. Our guidelines are based on the radiant heat, the ambient heat, the wind, the evaporation. So it's a whole different criteria in our district. That's been under the wet bowl low temperature reading for 8 years now. So we're way ahead of the curve. I used to say hopefully we passed the really hot days. Took great care of our kids and we didn't have any issues. That's because of our school district, what they provide us each and every day, and we're blessed to have that. So again, with that being said, thank you again for letting us come out. I need to be quiet because I'm going to be singing on her. So first up, Coach Nicholas, Irving.
Thank you guys for your introduction, Coach. I appreciate it. Thanks to Coach Rogers for everything you do, and our administrative staff. I appreciate everything. Support that they give us. It's great to have that where we're at. A little bit about the MacArthur Cardinals. Before I go on a little bit further, just a little bit of background. Jordan also up here. I was fortunate enough to be able to coach junior high. So I've been in Irving for 25 years. I left for 3, but I was too stubborn and I had to come back. So I love Irving ISD. I love the kids. I love the support system, families, and everything that we get in Irving. So that's why it's been a part of my life for over 25 years. I also was fortunate to be the head coach over at Irving back in the day for his 4 years of high school. So I was a track coach. We got to coach football. So it's awesome to be able to get to go to battle with him, go to compete against him. I don't want to lose, so he's doing a lot of really good things to make me have to set my game up. So it's fun to see these guys and what they're doing to make me set my game up. A little bit about the Cardinals this year. We are 1-2. We just got done playing Nimitz, and so it's a back and forth battle. They did a great job. The coaching staff did a great job. We fought back and forth. We were fortunate to come away with a win. I know it feels a little different about it, but we had some But going in this week, we get to go watch the Nimitz. They play. We followed them, so they're going to get to go play Richardson. So we get to go see them. Hopefully, they can get a W and get back in the picture of one-on-one. So no matter who's playing in Irving, it's not one of us playing each other. We're all rooting for each other. We want each other to be successful. I want to see Irving High be successful. I want to see Nimitz be successful, and us as well. That's our ultimate goal. A little bit about us, we've gone through a little bit of injuries and things like that. Our mantra kind of is believe. So we've come out with believe this year is just believe in one another, believe in your support system, believe in your families, that sort of thing. We have a culture of we will win, which is we want to win everything that we do, not just on the football field, but in life. We want to be able to win as a student in the classroom. We want to be able to win as a speaker. Whatever we do, we want to be able to win. It's not just the wins and losses that we're talking about. We talk about our life skills with our kids. We make them recite those life skills. If they can live by these life skills, we know that they can be successful with whatever they do, whenever they leave us. And our life skills are physical conditioning, discipline, relating to peers, relating to authority, and reacting to and handling your emotions. And with teenagers that react to and handle your emotions, it's a big deal. It can be a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week job, but it's something that we look forward to, we appreciate, and we're here for the kids. We were fortunate on our bye week this week. We took the MacArthur Varsity football team and some JV players to practice at AT&T Stadium. So that was just something that we can give back to our kids that they might not remember everything about the season or the practices, but I promise you they're going to remember these things where we can take care of them and do special things with them. And Coach Neighbors and Coach Swanson does a great job. They do a lot of other stuff with their kids. It's just about giving these kids life lessons and memories that they'll be able to cherish the rest of their lives. So that's a little bit about us. Next up will be, here we go. This is us, right? Who do we got? Okay, next up we'll have Coach Smalls from Nimitz.
Difference a year makes. Wow. So this time last year, this is the difference a year makes. This time last year, I was an interim head coach speaking to freedom. Went through the interview process and was honored when Megan Hernandez chose me to be part of her mission for the district. To be able to coach the district with men like Coach Nicholas and Coach Nicholson is a blessing. and it's a dream of mine. The difference a year makes. Week 1 last year, we had 41 yards of offense and an embarrassing loss to Colinas Rotary. This year, they only outgained us by 12. In the last 2 weeks, this year, time last year, we had lost by a total of 56 points. A year later, we lost by 4. We're 4 points away from 8-1. After that hard work, that team. He said, fortunately, he meant it. But I couldn't be more proud of the work of the last 10 months that was put into the season last year. Every team has their core values and their culture that they lean on and they rely on. Our first core value is honestly through action. Our team GPA average of 3.34 shows the emphasis we put in student in front of athlete. The community service projects and the 400 pounds of canned booth that we raised last year in community service and giving back. Having our kids at every marathons, setting up stuff. Everything we do that gets back to our community shows our honesty for our actions. When I watched Aaron Collins, a left tackle on our freshman football team, pick up trash in the lunchroom afterwards. When I watched Kate Holden pick up a piece of trash in the hallway and lost by it, no one told him to. Shows his character and his honesty through his actions. Because everybody says what they want to do and talks about their character. It's what you do. It's the actions you show that really give you character as a man. And that's what real masculinity is. Our second core value is relentless effort. If you were at that game on that Friday night or Saturday, you saw that from my kids. Down 20-3, we'll never quit. In the classroom, they're not going to quit. In life, and their husbands and fathers and people in this community that are making an impact, it's because of that resilience, that effort they give on a daily basis. And as Dr. Martinez said, I like to say Southside. Our third core value is being part of something bigger than yourself. I'm trying to raise good husbands. I'm trying to raise good fathers. I'm trying to raise good men. And I take the word raise very to heart. I'm an extension of Belinda Holder's family. I'm helping Kate Holder and Jesse Torres be the best people they can. It's so much bigger than a game for us in the Southside. We're a family. We're a community. And my biggest goal is not just for men's football, but for all of men's athletics, to raise the best individuals we can that can truly help our society grow. Thank y'all, and thank y'all for all the support y'all get to the Southside.
So I'm Coach Nicholson. I'm the new head coach at Irving High School, and I just want to let everybody know how blessed I am. It's a big opportunity for me. I have a twin brother. It's kind of hard for me to talk about myself. I'm really big on family. I have a twin brother who's in middle school principal in the district at Lady Bird. And so when I say we, if I ever say we, I'm talking about it too. We kind of understood together. So I'm just blessed. You know, my family is blessed. My mom is a second grade teacher in the district. She's at Stites Elementary. I've had the honor to be able to coach my two younger brothers, my cousin, when I was at MacArthur. So I left for a couple of years and I'm back at Irving High School now. And I'm so pumped up and so fired up. As far as Irving and our students, I'm really big on developing transferable life skills through this game, because at the end of the day, it's a game. So we have to build and grow great young men, just like Coach Small said, just like Coach Mitchell said. I'm a byproduct of Irving MacArthur's program. Coach Rogers has been in MacArthur's program. And we do have the life skills. We have 5 life skills, but after COVID hit, we added 2 more: the mental toughness and then the ability to adapt and adjust. Because up until COVID, everybody in the world was flowing a certain way. But when COVID hit, we had to kind of adjust our life's business. How were we going to go to work? What were we going to do if we couldn't go outside and have to order a Uber? What was the plan? So we're really big on the ability to adapt and adjust. Just this morning, we had football practice and it started raining. All the guys wanted to stay outside, so we played in the rain this morning. And so I just want to thank Dr. Smith, Dr. Martinez, Coach Rogers for giving me this opportunity to be here, to be a mentor to our young men, to be a mentor to not only the football team, but to the volleyball team, to the girls track team, to the cross country team. We do what we call Tiger Buddies at Irving. And so we match an in-season sport with an out-of-season sport, and they write letters to each other, and they bring them a goodie bag. So we know that we are going to be able to support each other, because our football team, those guys, the seniors, they've had 3 head coaches in 4 years. So stepping into this program, the guys are looking at me and my staff like, are y'all gonna be here? Or are you just going up and leave? And I wanna let y'all know, just like I let them know, I'm here. I'm rooted. This is where I'm from. I don't have anywhere else to go. I have all the time in the world if the Lord gives it to me. So we're gonna take our time. Right now we're working on reestablishing the culture and the way of doing things, and the guys are buying in. Our record is only 2. Last week we had a bye week, but we had our previous game. It was 10-14, and our guys fought hard. We just made too many errors and penalties. We had 13 penalties, and you're not going to beat anybody with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. I don't care if you're the Dallas Cowboys. you just won't. So that's what we're working on now, the discipline side of our life skills. Being disciplined, how intentional and purposeful will you be when you step onto the football field?
David, did you lose the audio also?
Yeah, I sure did.
And develop. And Coach Smalls, he's called me almost every weekend just to check on me, just to see how I was going. He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that at all. Like, we're all working together except for one night. Seeing all of you again in the football.
All right, thank you.
Again, you can tell we're truly blessed at each campus to be led by some great leaders. Just hear it, but you see it in the way they carry themselves. They're truly passionate for young men and young women. Before I exit, if there's any time that we can serve you guys through community service, please don't hesitate to reach out to the athletic department or to the campus. So they'll be available today if you didn't get their contact. But any way we can help, we would love to help. Our kids really get a lot out of that. And our coaches get a lot out of that. They get to see the kids in a different environment. And we truly, truly are here to serve and serve the community. So please reach out in that way. Again, thank you for allowing us today. And yes, sir.
How do you feel about flags?
Whatever we can do to help. You know, I've heard a long time ago, when people say they will help, call their bluff. So reach out and whatever we can do, we'll get it done. Again, thank you for your time and attention today. Excited for the rest of the year. Please come out and support. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to remind the coaches, in case you guys are not aware, that Irving, Las Colinas Rotary Club does have 6 scholarships that are awarded every year to Irving ISD students. So I would encourage your students to apply for those that want to seek college career afterwards. Those are available in around March, I believe is when the application process starts to get that involved. I did want to acknowledge that we do have Jennifer Garcia here today from the Office of U.S. Representative Mark Beasy. So I did want to give her an opportunity to maybe say a couple of words, give us a quick update. Welcome to the club. So I know this spot, we'll put you the spot here. For you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jennifer Garcia, and I'm the field director for Congressman Mark Beasy. He is Texas 33. So the congressman, as you guys know, serves a lot of Irving. Unfortunately, the beginning of this year, we lost a lot of Irving for the redistricting map, but we still have a good chunk. So my job is to basically be the eyes and the ears for the congressman. We want to make sure that we're supporting all of our organizations, our school districts. I just met with the Irving Schools Foundation yesterday. I know that they're doing great work. Irving Cares has their huge event tomorrow, which I'll be present at as well. So I've got a fun job. My job is really to be out here networking with you guys, seeing what the needs are within the community, not only with the organizations, but you as individuals, residents of the city of Irving. Anything that we can do to help at a federal level, we're here to help as well. Again, I don't know what you know until I know. So my job is, again, just to build relationships with you guys. I'm super excited. I'm homegrown from Irving as well. I'm an Irving High School graduate. So you do be blue. My husband's from Nimitz. My older son graduated from Nimitz, and he serves in the Army now. But I've got my senior at Nimitz. So again, homegrown from Irving. I love Irving. I've got other districts, so I have to share myself, but Irving does have my heart. But I've got a card. If you guys want to stay connected with me, feel free to come and talk to me. I'll give you a card, and I want the opportunity just to continue to come to your events. I want to be present and get to know a little bit more about what you guys are doing in the community. So thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
I want to go back to the Nimitz High School football team. Usually with the Sunrise Rotary Club, we built a joint float for the 4th of July, which last year Shane, Rick Lindsay, and Jeff, and my little sister Sylvia too, we spent like midnight building a float at the police station last year. This year, with the Nimitz football team was going to be helping Jeff. Well, I shot out the next day. It was a great float. So thank you for all the help with this year. Due to y'all's help, we did not have to do all the work ourselves. And it's a great time. So look forward to it. We get the Nimitz and the Arthur and Irving High School students to kind of help us when we have a bigger float next year. So it is good to also see John here with us today. How are you doing, John? Feeling better? Last week, we saw the picture. It was a lot better. So thanks for being here. We are going to be having a meeting with the board of directors for the club after the meeting today. So if you're the board, please stay for a couple minutes and go over some information. Do we have any announcements for the club, Dr. Boulevard?
We need to build flags a week from Saturday. Probably about 65. I've got 15 of them that I longer than the blocks, but we need to build flags, and I think that will do us then until the next holiday, last holiday, Armistice Day, Veterans Day, November the 11th, and then we'll start over again next year. But we need to have a flag building day a week from Saturday.
What time?
8:30 to 9:30. It's like we had in the past. If we get enough people there, and a few people are there early to help me get set up, we can build 65 flags in the valley. But there's no ties.
It will be.
Good. Okay.
The strong ones, right? So with that said, I do have another announcement on September 30th. We have the first event for the Irving Marathon running series. It's going to be a half marathon, 10K, 5K. So right now we're training around 23 300 registered participants completed the race. Another 2,000 to 3,000 spectators. So if you guys are around, come and cheer, come and participate, or just come and hang out in the venue. So Toyota Racing Factory. The race starts at 7:30. With that said, any other announcements, anything else that I missed? Good. Well, we got some time to spare, I believe, so we're gonna, well, if you guys can please stand up, and we're going to have Robert also do a four-way test.
Look at the banner on the far left here, we're gonna do the four-way test. Things say and do. First.
Is it the truth?
Second.
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? All right.